What's going on, Ranger fans? I'm back with a way too early assessment of Igor Shesterkin's performance in his NHL debut. I'm also going to recap the game a little bit. So Igor Shesterkin made 29 saves on 32 shots. I'm just going to get right into it here. He didn't see a shot for about the first 5 minutes or so. And the first shot on goal he sees, it was a goal by JT Compher. There was a lot of traffic in front of the net. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into his strengths and weaknesses off of what I've seen. Take it all with a grain of salt. I understand it was his first game. And then about a couple minutes later, there was a turnover in the neutral zone, and Nathan MacKinnon, not the guy you want to see on a breakaway, goes 5-hole against Shesterkin. Nothing, I want to say there's nothing he could really done about either one of those goals, but we'll get into it. He then looked like he settled in a bit, and then gave up a third goal in the second period, and then that was it. And again, that goal was nothing he could really do about it. There was a man left in front by himself. Surprise. He did his best to get over, but he couldn't. I'm going to go over some things I like about his game that I saw early, but I'll start with some things that not concern me, but definitely something he and Benoit Allaire will have to work on. When there's traffic in front of the net, he was struggling. I know in Europe, in Russia, where he played, he probably didn't have to deal with as much net front presence. He's going to have to learn how to deal with screens and traffic in front of him. Those were the only times I really saw him struggle. Aside from like the jitters, it was very obvious he was nervous. There were a couple of small things where you could just tell they were nerves. It's his NHL debut. I'm not concerned. I'm really not. I think he'll patch all that up. I'm excited to talk about the things he did well. His lateral movement is incredible. His movement in general is incredible. He is athletic, although he doesn't rely on his athleticism because he's always in position to make a save. It kind of reminds me of Henrik Lundqvist, and that's exciting to say. We could use another decade of excellence in the cage. But one thing that really stood out to me was his rebound control, especially in the third period. The people were just blasting shots from the point, and he smothered them. That is huge. Not no one, but you can't, it's incredible to have a goalie who could dictate play in your zone. You know what? When your team needs a change, when momentum's not going your way, he smothers everything from what I've seen. And lastly, his puck movement is incredible. Did you see that pass to Kakko? Are you kidding me? He almost got an assist to Kakko. That would have been crazy. And Ranger fans would have been going nuts, period. He's going to act like a third defender back there. I love his puck movement. That's something Henrik Lundqvist never had, and I'm excited to see it because he's just a treat to watch from what I've seen so far, and he's only going to get more dialed in. Anyway, to recap the game, though, his defense, aside from the first 10 minutes, who just failed him miserably, they played very well in front of him, to the point where I wonder why we don't always play with that kind of structure. Gaps were closed. They stood up at the blue line. They gave the Avs no space. They just smothered them. Why is that not the defensive structure we play every day? Why does it take a rookie goaltender to play like that? That's insane to me. This team could be a playoff team, and I say that wholeheartedly and confidently if that's the structure they play with every game. Are you kidding me? Take away the first 10 minutes where the defense was complete garbage, you give up one goal that whole game, and we could score. Granted, we're very top-heavy, and we go through Panarin and Zibanejad and all of them, but we're most likely going to score at least 3 goals a game. If our defensive structure could play like that, wow. this could be a scary team. And I hope we look back at the film. I'd have to analyze it a little better to see exactly what we did. But all you have to do is take away the fucking blue line. Stop letting them walk right in, which is what we did yesterday. We closed our gaps. We attacked the puck. I haven't seen that all year out of this defensive structure. And if that continued, we can make a run. Granted, I don't think we're not nearly skilled or mature enough to make a real serious run, but I'd like to see a playoff spot. That's the next step, but we'll get all into that. Overall, I was impressed once Shesterkin settled in, and my number one takeaway from the game, aside from Shesterkin, is this defense has the capability to play well with the proper structure. And I really hope this coaching staff looks at that, because they played a very good all-around game after that first 10 minutes. But